Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
Gosh darn it, Bobby. The world is a messed up place. If someone says words you don't like, you just can't walk up on stage and slap the dog snot out of them. Well, I guess some people can. There are special rules for famous people you see on the screen, except for these two fools. I think they could use a good calotte to the head sometimes, but be careful. One of these guys is usually armed and the other guy will kick you in the head with his pink sneakers. This is Dave and Juan. Ball!
And 3, 2, and 1. Hey,
Another week.
welcome back to Therapy with Dave and Juan. That's actually not the name of the thing we're doing, but
Yeah, it could be good.
we change it, right? Just jump into this. It would be good, right?
We can take a more dulcet tone.
Therapy with Dave and Juan. We should take
play
calls.
some of that. What is it? A sound bath in the background.
Yeah, take callers and everything. Anyway, hi everybody. How are you? I'm Dave,
Come on.
and this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. But it is sort of like a therapy session. That's what we do. Get together once a week.
Sometimes it's self-therapy.
It's the only kind that works. I mean, I can't. I got plenty of advice for everybody else. I don't know if it.
Well, I once told somebody that I was going to write a therapy book or self-help book, and it was going to be titled "Do as I Do, Not as I Say."
That's
no,
pretty much
do as
all
I
of
say,
them.
not as I do. I guess flipping that around.
Do as I do, not as. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's why you never
Do as
wrote
I
a.
say. Yeah.
That's why you never wrote a therapy book, there, Juan. Yeah, my therapy books. It'd be let me slap some sense into you. That's which is the natural seg, right?
Speaking of,
Sorry we missed it last week, y'all. I got a
that
few
would have been
folks.
almost worth going live for that.
I know a few folks reached out to me after because we did. So this is a Saturday. We're doing this on a Saturday morning yet again, and so it was on a Sunday. The slap.
The slap heard around the world.
It really wasn't because nobody was watching that stupid show, right? Right. When we're talking about guys, is the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock. I mean, it was. So I got several people ask, "Oh man, I wish you guys could have talked about it." And I'm like, why? It's not like nobody. It's not like there's not going to be
covered.
not going to be a shortage of people talking. Yeah, I mean, we were home. It was late Sunday night. Did a bunch of things Sunday night, and I'm sitting downstairs doing whatever, and my wife is on her phone doing something. She says, what's this stuff about Will Smith? I'm like, I don't know, is he dead? I don't know. I mean, I didn't even know the Oscars were on. Who cares?
I don't think I knew.
And then later on you see it and it's whatever. And then the big thing for a little bit was everybody was, do you think it was staged? It was, and okay, from the first time I saw it, I could tell it wasn't staged.
Well, Chris Rock's face when he was walking up, I think in my mind, he thought he was just coming to joke around.
100%. That's all. Look, man, the way he stood there. Because who thinks some dude's going to come up and just slap you in the head, man? And for all that. But look, and what's weird about that?
Hey, kudos to Chris Rock, man. He took a smack.
Yeah, it kind of tells me more about how Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? That tells me more about because Will, he's a broken dude. And look, man, I wish nothing but bad things for all of them. Okay. I shouldn't say that. I don't care. Like, this and that. Look, Will Smith is a broken dude. That's an example. Like, that's almost like you step back and say, okay, how can you have everything they say he's worth $400 million. He's A-list, whatever. Dude's getting supposedly it used to be a big deal. Now nobody cares who wins the Oscar. But and still it comes down to what? Somebody made a joke about you know.
Well, and the odd thing is he appeared to chuckle at the beginning. Granted, politely chuckle.
Of
Uh,
course, because
Then the wife throws the side eye at him.
yeah. Well, we don't even need to go
No.
down that path. I can send people other places where they can use language that we choose not to lose to
Yeah.
use here about her, right? About look, man. Well, because here's what's funny. Those two, because I tune it all out. And there are people that operate sort of, I guess they're well known and supposedly everybody, because I guess I'm not living on TikTok. I'm not living on Instagram.
No.
I'm not that kind of, I try to pay attention. I pay attention to more like, news and sports and stuff I enjoy. I'm not pop culture these days. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. So they're talking about what they've been doing in the past and their family and all these other things. And, it's nobody's ever really sure, okay, are these people crazy or is it an act? Right. It's always the case. Like reality, is it, are they truly this? Because, look, most people don't act the way they act when you put a camera on them. Right. But apparently ain't much of an act, man. They kind of a little bit.
Yeah, they're not your example of a wholesome or a typical.
Okay. One of my
family
favorite
unit. How about
lines,
that?
and I man, it might have been something I read. I don't know who said it, who wrote it, whatever, but it was funny. And it was actually it was an athlete, and I can't remember. It was a football player that said something about, if Will Smith is defending his wife's honor, or something, he got a lot more guys to slap. Referencing the fact that
she's got they have an open marriage. So
she had whatever that means, right? Whatever that means. But here's the deal about that too. It's not that, okay, you can sit back and judge whether that's, man, look, whatever.
You do you.
I
think it was Ricky Gervais, if I'm saying his name correctly, who said, if I was there, I wouldn't have made a joke about her hair. I would have made a joke about her boyfriend.
Listen, he'd have been, exactly. But Will Smith would never slap Ricky Gervais. Never would have happened.
Right.
Here's why he's a coward. He's not slapping anybody who might come back at him. He's not, and not that Gervais would, but Gervais is, and you get into all kinds of other issues. He hit a guy who's way smaller than him.
Right. He wouldn't hit The Rock.
He wouldn't hit Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Right. He wouldn't, there's a long list. So it's tiresome now. It's just, I look at that and like, where are we, man? That he got to do that, assault somebody on camera, right?
Chill and get the standing O.
And apparently if this is true, I don't know. They say that they talked to him after and like asked him to leave, and he said no. Like that's an option. Right?
Like, all right,
you try that next time.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Try next time some cop says, "Hey man, I need you to get out your car." No, I'm good. I'm kind of comfortable right here, actually. Anything else I can do for you?
Well, I think the biggest, it's not even a shock anymore. It's when you start thinking about how, once you thought you've seen it all, something happens to top it.
And that's one of the reasons that I say, like, people that pretend it's some kind of that it was a setup. First of all, it's not, because the people that put on the Oscar are not that smart.
Right,
they're not that smart. They're not that good. All you got to do is just look at clips, and that's all anybody sees. Nobody watches the stupid thing. You watch the clips of the opening acts and some of the jokes they were making. They were bad jokes to start off with. Heck, the one Chris Rock said was not even a.
No, it was
a comedian standing there looking at somebody, and other people have made the point, like, wait a minute, he compared her to Demi Moore. Since when is being compared to Demi Moore an insult? But whatever. But I could always say too, no, this was not put on, because there's no way these guys would agree to, like, okay, so from now on, from here to eternity, Chris Rock is going to be known as the guy that got slapped on TV, and he's going to do whatever. And then
if it had been a joke, it would have resolved.
Who's ever going to look at that guy? Who's ever going to look at that guy and not? That's the first thing you think of, right? I don't think Will Smith was the biggest jerk of the last 2 weeks. If we were still doing the couillon of the week, it'd be a tight race between Will Smith and a guy that honestly I couldn't pick out of a Walmart checkout line. Like if I was in Walmart this afternoon and Eric Church was checking out in front of me or behind, I wouldn't know who the guy is. Okay. Now I know that probably, sorry,
Yeah, I think he's big. I
All
don't know.
right. But let me tell you what he is right now, man. And look, I don't know. Maybe he does charity work. I have no idea. So I'm saying this not knowing a thing about this guy. He's a chew. All right. Listen. Listen. Dude has a sold out show in San Antonio, right?
Yeah, I think
tonight.
It's like
we're doing
18,000 people.
Man, whatever it is. Because I promise you, these are people that it ain't just San Antonio. They got people coming in from Houston, I'm sure, Dallas. I bet there are people that are flying in from other parts of the country, whatever, this closest show, that have plans, that have, whether they have kids or not. You know what I'm saying? People,
non-refundable flights.
That's the one. Non-refundable flights. There you go. And this guy decides that, he's a fan of North Carolina basketball. And then the day we're taping this is the morning of the Saturday. Well, tonight's the Final Four, right? And North Carolina's playing Duke in the Final Four. And this dude decides to cancel a sold-out concert in San Antonio. And then this is where the disconnect is even worse. I guess put out in whatever he talks to his man, explaining why, and I guess thanking them for understanding.
Yeah, they call it, and I'm like you. I'm not familiar with him, but apparently his fans are called the church choir.
Oh, that's so original. That's just brilliant.
So
brilliant.
He put out
man.
a message to them, and I heard the message on something I was listening to yesterday, and it sounds as though, please forgive me, my child passed away, and I need to attend this service for him. But the same, the same passion you have for the choir, I have for UNC.
Oh, I didn't read it. I don't. But then and clear that up. What you were just saying, because some people might have heard that. That's not what actually happened, guys. Okay. Juan saying it sounded like he made it sound like, look, man, if the guy had a son playing in the game, you'd say that's a close one. That's a close one. That's where you say, well, you know what, he's a good dad, right? But even then, you'd be like, come on, dude. But this is just, so I'm sorry, and I get it. And didn't you say it was funny? You said your daughter apparently is a fan, right?
Yeah, she is. What's odd, earlier in the week, I'm making a list of things, to potentially talk about here.
Show prep, look out.
I know. It's a new thing for me.
What's that about?
And she is actually going to a concert, or his concert, in New Orleans next week. Man. And she's going with a friend, and it just shows you how things are different. When I went to concerts, it was like jeans and a random t-shirt. So last Saturday, her and my wife had to go shopping, for her to buy an outfit to go to the concert.
Are you kidding me?
And
well, that's probably more
this thing. Oh yeah, it's a girl thing.
Yeah, well, you come on, Juan. You mean you didn't put together outfits to go to concerts back in the day? I think you're lying, bro. No, come on, man. Stop that. I mean, I don't think we actually went out and bought stuff to go to concerts, but darn well you kind of.
I may have thought about it. I thought about what I was going to wear.
You threw on a jacket. I'm sure you threw on some long jacket. Wasn't that your move?
Well, right, I had long jackets. Yeah. Also had some waist jackets.
Some what jackets?
Waist, man. Little short ones cut off at the waist.
Oh, okay. What kind of concert you wore those to?
Yeah, it depends. It could have been Depeche Mode or something.
Dance concert. Hey. So Eric Church is apparently country music for people that don't actually like country, I guess is how it works.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of those stores now.
Man, listen. And this is and I'm fine. I'm okay with this. This is the typical old guy conversation, right? It's a typical, because I get it. Look, man, some music, new country music just misses me. I'm sorry, it just does. And this is coming from a guy who is not a huge country. Well, if you grew up in South Louisiana,
but you DJ'd country radio.
Dang right. Rock that keel. I was Dave Michaels back then. I believe that. And I think where she's at, I hope she's still alive, was Linda. What was Linda's last name? I think it was Linda.
Was it Linda? No, not Linda Dante.
No,
it was
Linda.
Miss. What was?
No, you're thinking of the French.
Right. No, but I'm thinking the other. I can see
Linda.
Yeah,
she was a branch. She was a station manager when I went to work at KLEB in Golden Meadow, and there was anyway, shout out. Hope she's still around. My first job was, And I think she gave me the name. It's kind of funny. the power moves people pulled back then. And it wasn't just her, it was everywhere. Like station managers, a lot of times chose your name. Right. And my middle name is Michael. So I was Dave Michael. I hated that, man. I hated that.
That's how you got to give it, though, man. That's a good DJ name.
Dave Michaels?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go back to it, man. Dave Michael. This is the Dave Michaels and Juan more time podcast. But so I'm working in a country station at the time, and just don't dig, just don't dig country music. Now it sounds better to me now. Maybe it's an age thing. Old songs that just didn't back those days. And I was not a big fan of, say, George Jones. Yeah. Anybody, and then like later in life, I hear some George Jones songs. And, oh, that was something there, man. That's I got it. I get it. But then, so now I guess that's what's going on. Now it doesn't sound country to me. It's all.
Well, a lot of country is, I guess as pop music has gone to a different direction. Country is probably closer to what we would have considered very poppy back.
And I get it. And compared to some of the other stuff that my sons, again, back when they were in high school, and now even, which I'm always amazed. We all went to dinner, just one of those things lined up. They're all home at the same time. We went to dinner last night, and on the way out there, she's gonna get mad at this, but I guess I was kind of kidding. So my wife's car automatically picks up her phone. Like when she gets in there, it automatically like the music, right? It starts playing her music. I mean, she gets so mad at me with that when I just look over and say, "Do you have one good song on that phone? Like one?" She's like, "Why you gotta be so critical about music?" I'm like, "I'm sorry. It's just like none of it. Nothing.
It's a gift. I don't have to be. Just a blessing.
Nothing that has come off that phone since we left the house has hit me. Like nothing. I'm saying, oh yeah, leave that on."
Turn it up.
Turn that up, because it's always a great mixture of Christian music and stuff from the 90s and then recent whatever. And my sons know everything. They're like, every song comes on, they know it. And then my oldest one is, gee whiz, he's giving you the back everything about these songs. And I'm like, where do y'all have time to how do y'all have time to know that stuff? But we pay attention to different things. Music is because they don't listen to the radio. Nobody listens.
No, and I still like radio.
Yeah.
I like the thought of listening to the radio. There's not much on the radio that I like to listen to, if I'm being honest. I flip around a lot.
I listen to well, and that's where they figured out with Sirius, because Sirius and XM and stuff, it's just basically you find it's sort of a mixtape. Like all the stations to me are just, okay, I'm in the mood to hear some 80s, or I'm in the mood to hear some whatever. And because exactly. I don't think any of these folks are. It's not like back when radio drove music. Radio, right? What's the top 20? What's the top 40? Radio drove that. Now, like I said, both my sons, you could pull the radios out of those cars. And I live around the Houston area, so that's a good chance of it happening. Somebody, they don't steal radios anymore. It's the catalytic converters.
Oh yeah.
What the heck? I was reading some stuff this morning, man. Apparently, now granted, Houston's a big place, so we got a lot of stuff going on, but apparently it's endemic around here, man. I mean,
yeah, here too. They busted a big ring, which is nice that they could solve some nonviolent crime in Baton Rouge.
Well, I tell you what, I would put it. I mean, no, granted, yeah, go solve the murders and the burglary.
No, I'm not criticizing them. I'm just saying it's a break from the killing people. It's just
police chief might have got his catalytic converter stolen. It might have been how it worked.
But they did bust a ring here. And the place where I used to work, we had a big parking lot open where anybody could see it. And one of the girls who worked there in the middle of the day got her catalytic converter stolen because they went back and watched the security video. It's basically a couple dudes pull up. One walks around the parking lot like he's looking at his car, and another one just lays on the ground, crawls under it with a sawzall, just a battery powered saw. Take less than 2 minutes. And they're gone.
I would have to do some research on that. I have no idea. They say it's I guess you can get it from anywhere, but they say they hit trucks a lot. They say trucks and SUVs are more than
I think it's also probably, or that's my theory. So it's true. It's
right.
because
Just say it with
they've got
conviction.
higher clearance, so they're easier to jump under, move around, get in and get out.
That's a good theory, man.
Yeah, I'm going with it.
No idea if it's right or not, but
Yeah.
there you go. So
My truck could use a new catalytic converter, but that's not why they steal them. It's for the whatever metal is in it.
Whatever. All right, we kind of got off the track of that. Eric Church is a shoot, but
Yeah.
hey, and I don't know. And I say that they got some people that just love him that are just don't say that. It was, I'm sorry, man. I don't care how much you like somebody when they pull a move like that. That's a brand damaging move.
Right. You may
brand
like it because
damaging.
you didn't get screwed by it. You got screwed.
That's
It's a
right.
whole
You
different
got
story.
you got a plane ticket bought, or you got plans made, or you did whatever, and you got a big because that's what they do, right? It's all right.
Yeah, that $200 outfit my daughter bought for the concert.
Man, but yeah. Well, everything's a lot. I'm sure it's a nice outfit. We went out
Well, when they came back from the store last week, I said, "That's nice, but how much was that?" And my wife said, "Do you really want to know?" And I said, "Well, I freaking do now."
I do now. That's right. My wife usually plays that. It's not for that. It's never for clothes, but it's for something. She goes, "How much you think it costs?" That's never a good one, right? How much you think it costs? Like, so I always make her mad. I go way low. $6, $6, $7.
I can just remember, see, when I was in college and stuff, or even in high school, I guess my mom would never. Yeah, we didn't talk about how much clothes cost to my dad. Yeah, because it was how much did you pay for those pair of dungarees?
Hey, if them pants ain't for working, bruh, you don't got enough pockets on them jeans to make. Of course, a lot of our stuff used to have a lot of pockets.
Oh yeah,
man, with buttons on it and stuff, with snaps. Big old pants with snaps. No, we were at dinner last night, and this is again, man. I got to get off. I know I got to get off. I keep going around. We're in that stage with like inflation and everything's going crazy. And we talked before about, everybody's talking about gas prices and all this nonsense. But we're at dinner, and it was great. It was a great dinner. And it wasn't fancy. We didn't go to anywhere. It was fancy. It was a place we typically go to. And it started of a place we used to go to a lot when the kids were much younger. And it's kind of cool to be back. And you get the bill. It's one of these things you order, the counter, you go sit down, they bring it to you. And I got the bill in front of me. And I'm already looking at it going, man, we could have bought for what this dinner's about. It's a bad way to be. I know, man. Like you over 100, right? Like from the jump, right?
Right. You got 4 people going to dinner.
Yeah, and they drink now too. So it's like, man.
That's it. Before you get your food, you're at 100.
Oh yeah, I'm looking around saying we need to start breaking this stuff out, man. Some of you guys start buying your own beer at least. I mean, but yeah, it's nice. But and I'm terrible. I'm sitting in the restaurant looking around saying, how can everybody afford to eat out? How's this happening? Am I the only one sitting here going, man, I should have grilled some hot dogs at home or something. What's the
See, they got to get out for the stress, man. Just to
Yeah. Look, there's more stress coming. I mean, I'm not going to go down the path. Like I said, I pay attention to too many things. I was saying that last week, right? I always tell people, you need to pay attention. And then I realize I'll pay attention to everything and it don't make me a happy dude. I was walking around.
I find ways to relax, even in, mostly by doing nothing. So it's like yesterday I'm driving home from work and it was, I get off at 12 on Friday. So it was
we know, Juan. We know it's your Antonio Brown day.
That's right. That's right. It's the first time in a while I had nothing to do.
Nothing
on the Friday. And I was excited to just get home, man, and do nothing.
Isn't it fun to just think, how much of nothing I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I'm good at doing nothing.
I'm already spending too much time thinking about all the nothing I'm about to do.
So I'm driving home, excited to come home and do nothing. Pretty day. And then I hear some noise on my truck. Not sure if I hit something or what. And I kind of look in my mirror and I don't know, see a couple of things bouncing around the back. Nothing major. I said, I must have hit something. Then I hear like a grinding sound. And then it stops. and then it starts again, and I'm trying to figure out, it's just driving weird. So I pull over and thinking, do I have a flat? I don't know. I hadn't had a flat in so long. I don't even remember what it feels like to drive on a flat.
Hang on, don't give me. So let's play that game if I can figure out what this is, because you didn't tell me. All right, so you something. What was the symptoms now? You got
It was like a grinding sound and just not driving rough.
You drop or break a tie rod?
I thought that could have been it, and I'm still not sure.
You're right. I'm trying to guess what it is, and you don't know. All right.
So I pulled over and I checked, all the tires, and the last one I checked is, front one on the passenger side. I noticed 2 lugs are missing. I said, what the hell?
2 lugs, huh?
And good. So then I get back and say, well, let me pull up again, and it's like I could tell one of the wheels was dragging, not spinning at all. And so I'll go back and look at that one, and well, the empty lugs are the it's in the same spot, so I know it's that one not spinning. So then I try backing up. What backs up fine, because I thought maybe something was jammed in it. So I back up, see if I can release it, and then I pull up again, and it does the same thing.
So hang on, I don't want to. So where are you doing this?
I'm on the side of I-10.
Side of I-10. So it's quiet, peaceful.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture.
You're on a peaceful country road called
Peaceful
I-10.
Country Road, right as it comes off the bridge. So about 10,000 cars.
Man, so you got all kinds of issues to deal with, not just that.
But I'm off on the side, so
like you didn't get jacked.
Well, I thought about that, but then I said, well,
"Joke's on them. Your car don't roll."
Yeah, don't kill me instead. So I said, well, I'm gonna jack it up and see what's going on.
Oh man, you are.
And then I said, I am not
okay.
I have a floor jack at home. I don't even know how to get the jack out of my truck to begin with.
Right here, let me testify. Same. 90% of the people out there in the world right now, could I figure it out? Maybe. Would I want to? No.
Right. It seemed real complicated to get it out. So
that's right. You can't even get it out.
I wouldn't. I said, well, I'm gonna just call, roadside assistance. And so I didn't even call. I just did it on the app, and dropped the pin where I was and stuff. And it, estimated wait was 70 minutes. So I said, hell, dude, it's a pretty day. So I turned the engine off because I was close to running out of gas anyway. Roll down the windows and crank some 80s music on Spotify, lean the seat back, and I was good for an hour, man. So that was my relaxing day of doing nothing.
Oh my gosh. So you're sitting there off of I-10.
Yeah, seat leaning back, man.
And not the greatest
no, it's close to one of the bad parts of town.
You got to be more specific, dude. It's Baton Rouge. You got me. You got to be.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you don't have to be more specific. I'm just saying you're in the bad part of town in Baton Rouge is not exactly.
Not the one good part.
You're not exactly dropping a pin. Let me just put it that way. There's a lot of pins. There'd be a lot of pins.
So then when they called and said they were on their way, I said, hey, can I just catch a ride with the guy? I said, yeah, that's fine. So I rode in the tow truck. Had him bring me home. Oh,
so your car is now sitting at your home.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have it towed to a place that can fix it?
I did.
You gonna do it yourself?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Man, look, man, I ain't bringing any car that breaks down. I ain't bringing it to my house. Like what I'm gonna do is gonna sit in my driveway. Like, no, man, bring this to
I'll let you know. Yeah, I can let you know this afternoon.
We'll bring it to a shop, and if it's too expensive, the shop can keep it. I don't care. Hey, look, man,
it's getting to that point where
that's just a great one, man. So you're and it was a pretty day yesterday, man. Golly.
So I said I rolled down the windows. It was great.
So you're beautiful. You weren't like smelling fumes from the cars and stuff.
No.
No, that's okay. So you couldn't have been that close to the road, or maybe the wind was blowing or something.
No, it was a breezy day. I mean, close to the river, so it's always breezy there. And the DOTD guy asked me if I could pull over a little more so I wasn't so close to the road. So I did.
Yeah, well, there you go. I just keep going back to the jack. If I had to undo. You know what's going on right now too? So one of my oldest sons car that used to be my wife's car. I think it's a Highlander, and it's sort of great technology, but not so much. It's not a new car. It's probably 10 years old. Let's give or take. But you get the sensor of when there's low air in the tires, right? So you get but this one also has a sensor apparently on the spare underneath the underneath the car. So you got that light, right? So it's useless. You got the here's there's the light, the car. So you can check all the air in the tires, but you ever try? And I'm not crawling under that car, and he's not like.
So it's just like, trust me, that tire is not really clean.
No, it's not clean, and it's not easily accessible. One time this was before he had it. My wife used to drive it. I tried to crawl under and see if I can get like get an air pump. See if I could basically blow the stupid tire up without taking it, like it's underneath the car. But I'm not a skilled catalytic converter stealer, so I'm not real good underneath cars. I don't know how to do that. But well, good luck with that. Next time he
gets the oil change, have the guy under there.
That's exactly it. It's exactly what I say. Hey, man, look, why you got that thing jacked up?
Yeah, while you're under it.
Charge me a little bit extra, man. Put some air in that tire for me. But yeah, so there you go. So good luck with that.
Yeah, and then I got to go somewhere. It's alumni weekend at where my daughter goes to school, which is where my wife went to school. So
you ain't alumni. Why you got to go?
I know. I went to a school that most people don't even know what the word alumni means.
So is that short for aluminum?
Aluminum, that's right. It's an element, isn't it? I had that in chemistry, bro.
Hey, man. People from Bankerville know what alumni or Napoleonville. Wait, which?
I went to high school in Napoleonville, but I'm from Bankerville.
You say that quite proudly. Right,
darn right. I think I'm going to Bankerville tomorrow to the little school or church fair.
You're not going in your car.
No, you never know.
Get it fixed. By the way, while we're talking cars, last week I made the comment about I don't know what I was saying about stuff gets stolen, and the cops just look at you and say, "Man, you can bring to somebody's car these days," and cops just look at you and say, "Yeah, it sucks, bro. Sorry." But my buddy Jim in law enforcement, who by the way did text me and say, if we held the G7 in cutoff, he'll handle security. Because
nice.
So we got security taken care of for the G7 and cutoff, and I'm pretty sure I can get the Boil and Go to get some crawfish. I'm pretty sure I can get.
There's got to be some helipads down there close where.
Oh, I'm sure.
We can fly in the leaders.
We got to work that out, but I think that can come. But he texted me, says, "Hey, if your car was broken into in DeFu, I guess it's in Fouchon, I would exhaust every investigatory avenue to solve the crime and put the responsible party behind bars. After that 5 minutes of work, I'll be back watching Dave and Juan on YouTube." There you go.
Well, let me tell you something. I think I saw could be a suspect in Baton Rouge for a crime in the Fouchon. I was coming back the other day from getting a snowball. And the car in front of me at the red light had a sticker on the back window, straight out of Fouchon.
Straight out of Fouchon.
Straight out of Fouchon, man.
I would give him the horn on that one. Of course, don't give him the horn on that one because you never know. Straight out of Fouchon.
Yeah. Could have just been somebody from Baton Rouge stole the car and willing to kill for it.
Could have been. But hey, if there's any straight out of Fouchon stickers out there, well, that'd be nice. Mail one in. I don't know why this reminds me of this. Well, I guess because we're talking cars, but a few weeks ago, we were as my wife, I think it was just my wife and I, and our favorite, one of our favorite little places in town is it's a chain called Flying Saucer. It's decent food, but it's a bunch of beer. It's a beer, and they got it's I forget how many they have. They're a small chain, but they're around the country a little bit. So anyway, this guy, it's a pretty day, they might have the windows open, and all of a sudden you hear some applause. Yeah. And this guy he stands up on the bar. Okay. And I figured it was going to be one of these things where it's weird. Are you familiar with Flying Saucer?
No.
So you walk in there and they got plates with people's names and funny statements and stuff on there. So if you go in there after and you have to have a record of it, they have a thing to keep count of it. After you drink 200 beers, okay, but it has to be different beers. which is why I never got one, because like I don't like that man. So you get a plate, and then if you get another 200 beers, you get another, and you get different colors, and you got some people in there. So wait a minute, you're doing the math. They drank 1,000 beers in this place, like, right? And everybody does
different. So
different.
You know, there's a chance they've had the same one twice.
Yeah, I think once you get to 200, I think they let you do it. I don't know. I never
repeat.
I never delved into exactly what the rules are there, but it's always been funny to me to be in that place when they make a big deal of it, because like people have their friends and family out there for the unveiling of their plate, and I'm like, we are celebrating my drinking problem is what we're doing, right? It's like, that's right.
Standing O.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers to that.
It always just kind of bizarro, right? Because my wife joked, she tells me that all the time when we're looking at stuff. She goes, if you'd have just done different, when you could have had it, more than one plate by now. And I'm like, I wouldn't want it.
You're such a disappointment, Dave.
I wouldn't want it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, oh yeah, man, you got an issue. I got a buddy of mine that I hadn't seen forever, and I saw he's got a plate in there. I'm thinking, I didn't know you had a problem, bro. I mean, everybody. But anyway, this guy gets on the bar, and he's got I think he has a mic, or he's talking about whatever, and he starts telling a little story. Apparently, he's just coming back. He was just he just gotten back because he was off for a few weeks or a month or so, because he spent a lot of time in the hospital. Why? Because he got shot.
Coming back from where?
He was in Houston, and he flipped off somebody in traffic, and they shot him. So this guy is like preaching. I just want y'all to know that, you got to be careful out there. And, if you might, don't flip off anybody in this town. Just don't flip them off. And I'm trying to figure out, dude, hey, first of all, glad you're alive. I don't know you.
Was he getting a plate, or was he just preaching?
He worked at the place. He might've been like the assistant manager or something. But I guess the people in there knew, like, hey, welcome back, So that was his words of wisdom to share with this group. Be careful who you flip off in Houston, man. Yeah. This place is crazy. Like, all right, let me jot that one down. Beer wisdom, just
yeah. When you're off celebrating your 1,000th beer chug,
you flipped off the wrong guy. Okay, I get it, and I'm assuming it's a guy. I don't know, but
you never know.
More often than not, it probably would be. So I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know that I've ever been flipped off in traffic. I think maybe get a horn every now and then. You ever get that? You get a horn, and you're like, who are you honking at?
Yeah.
I ride the horn a lot.
I'll do that. Or if I cut somebody off accidentally, or whatever, I give the friendly wave. My bad. Yeah.
And that's something else they don't teach in driver's ed that they should. And you got a daughter that's about to
take driver's ed.
Okay. So right up there with, I don't know why they teach them how to parallel park anymore. That's just stupid. Nobody does it. Even the people that do it wrong, right? So whatever. So get rid of the parallel parking nonsense part of the driver's test. But what they need to teach them how to do is, if you're in a parking lot or whatever situation, and there are two lines of people, traffic sort of feeding, you got to wave. If somebody lets you in,
got to do the friendly wave.
Do the freaking wave, right? Nothing makes me more mad than when I'm nice and I'm like, hey man, go ahead. And they act like they deserve that. They act like you don't get the eye contact. You don't get the smile. You don't get the little, hey man, appreciate it. I want to get around them. Like when that happens, right? I'm like, no, I ought to just like bump you.
Cut you off, man.
Man, how dare you not give me the obligatory.
I do the friendly wave
that,
even when it's dark, on the chance that they could see me doing the friendly wave.
Absolutely. It's a messed up world out there, guys. If people are nice enough to say, hey, even if everybody else is doing it, even if it's understood, we come out of church every week, right? And there are different things feeding, and everybody, and you just know one goes. And yes, we all know that's how this works. Still, you look over and say, appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you got that wave, and then like you said, that wave when you just turned and you didn't know and you cut somebody off, or like you went, oh, well, you got to do that in the rearview mirror, one like, sorry.
Yeah, it's the friendly wave with the shoulder shrug.
That's right.
Drop your head down.
In case they do, I don't want you to see who me.
Yeah.
My
If it's
bad.
real bad, I pulled up beside them and make
Man,
sure they see me doing.
There's no, you don't pull up beside anybody these days. They can, they're
yeah,
going to draw
shoot.
down on you. Yeah, yeah, whatever. But yeah, you just, it's a messed up world, guys. So y'all be polite. Wave. Yeah, I just love that guy. Be careful who you flip off in this town.
Yeah.
All right, guy.
Drunk people.
It'd have done us a little more good if you had described who shot you, because then I would,
yeah.
right? I would specifically know. Oh, wait, that sounds like the guy
Just
that.
right. Be careful who you flip off, especially a guy driving a 1997.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that would. But there you go.
Yeah. Well, we were in a similar place last weekend. Not one that. Yeah. I mean, just, like a little brewery and a little tap place and restaurant, but yeah, again, more for atmosphere than
we do something
food.
besides eat and drink, guys. That just ends up being where a lot of the stories come from. Yeah.
But it was family place because there were a lot of kids there and stuff. Yeah, a lot of outdoor stuff, like cornhole games and stuff for the kids. So just a cool, nice atmosphere, nice place to sit and have a couple drinks and just eat some random food. But it's people now bringing. I still, and I've talked about this before, the need to bring your dogs every freaking where you go. So
yeah.
What made it worse is as I'm leaving, somebody who's got the dog there, I look down and there's two, which is the thing that grosses me out the most, the little dog poop bags sitting right beside their table.
Oh,
and I'm sitting, you're gonna scoop up your dog crap, but not go throw it away. And
was it in the? I'm hoping the dog didn't do it.
It's an outside place. It's like on the patio area. Yeah, it's just rocks and all out there. But yeah.
So wait a minute. So this dog went out somewhere and did its business, and then these people picked it up and brought it back to the table.
Well, or did it by the table. I didn't see it doing it, but it was sitting there doing it.
It's man, yeah.
I just find, first of all, I get grossed out when I see people walking down the street in the morning, walking their dogs. Yeah, I find that dehumanizing that you're carrying your dogs, and I get it. I think it's polite to do it. But I tell people, look, just drop it in my garbage can. I don't care. I'd rather be in my can than see it. I'd rather your dog do its business in my yard than me see you walking down the street.
You're not 100% wrong there. You're not 100% wrong there. I got to be careful because I'm kind of a hypocrite. I used to back at different times we moved here and I had a big dog. And man, it was bad when I never walked with a bag. Okay. I just didn't because I'm thinking, man, maybe he won't go this time. But then he would sometimes, and you're like, oh, how do I hide? Can I just cover it up with something? We'll find a stick and move this off to the end where it's not. Right? You don't want to be that. So I got to be careful. I don't want to be a hypocrite with that. But I tell you what, I never let my dog do that. And I'm amazed that people around here sometimes, if your dog takes a dump in the middle of a sidewalk, first of all, what's wrong with your dog? What kind of special dog do you have that is surrounded by trees and grass and nature and that thing?
And assuming it's on a leash, can't you just pull him over?
You would think. So that's either on you. I don't know. Maybe the dog doesn't like to walk in the wet grass and keep his buddy inside. Right. But okay, if that happens, okay, whether or not your dog, has some issues going on, you cannot leave that. Like that should be an arrestable offense right there. Right. It's just like, no, you can't let your dog take a dump in the middle of a sidewalk. And, but yeah, I don't know. I've got friends and family and everybody loves their dogs. But exactly, man, it's like, wait, hang on a sec. There's gotta be some kind of rules. There gotta be some kind of, and I got news for you. Hey, most everybody, and I love dogs. I'm a big, every time I see these dog videos and, I keep threatening, my wife says, the only thing that's keeping me right now from getting like a rescue dog is my cat, because I know my cat is weird. And, she's our pet now, right? She's right. As long as she's our, and I know they would just make her miserable. Like she can't stand much. And I know that bringing a dog around would be just like, okay, so I was like out of that. But I keep threatening. My wife's like, you are not getting a dog. I'm like, but look at this video. Look how, man, I want to go
See.
save a dog. Let's see what else is going on in the world this week.
So we were talking about drinking, and I recouped some money from my big drinking days the other day. So I was at a trade show. That seems to be what I've been doing lately.
Okay.
This is the last time I think for the year. But so they give door prizes out and to the exhibitors, and the first one was a $500 gift card. Bam! I won that sucker.
Come on.
And so I
Look at you.
This is the Louisiana Video Gaming Association trade show. The people who set up video game machines in convenience stores and call them truck stops, so they can be casinos type.
There you go. That's how that works.
So the card is from a place called Delta Coin and Music in Thibodeau.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, I recognize that name. If anybody knows the Freemans in Thibodeau, who own Flanagan's, Freeman's Restaurant, and used to own the Iron Horse back in the day, Francis Freeman, that's their company.
Don't tell Francis I got a piece of the Iron Horse floor over there.
Hey, I got mine. So, but then 2 hours later, who do I see walking around but Francis Freeman?
Get out of here.
Shout
out, Francis.
Yeah, I told him we had, I said, we talk about you all the time. I've got floor.
We don't talk about him.
Well, we talk about
now we are. Now we are.
But and that's what I said. Well, it's only a small percentage of what I spent there, but this $500 is appreciated.
Oh man, good job. Well, good. It's good. It's always good to hear somebody still around. We're at that age now where it's just you don't know.
Yeah, and I think Francis is older. Or
he's got to be a little older than us. I mean,
back in the day, you thought he was old.
I thought he was 75 back then. I don't know. I just look, when you're young, you don't know, man. When you're 23 years old, anybody who's 30 might as well be 80. You're like, whatever.
It's like, man, it's kind of late for this dude to be hanging out at his club.
Don't care if he owns it or not.
But yep, Francis still alive and kicking.
Does he still own the piece of property that the Iron Horse used to be on?
I don't think so. I think that was leased. But he did tell me. So apparently the building on the side of Freeman's Restaurant was damaged during Hurricane Ida.
All right.
And so he's having to wait to get that. He can't open Freeman's because of the damage on that.
Oh, really? Wow. So he's been closed all this time?
Yeah.
Freeman's has been closed. I guess. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. I've been I guess when I'm in Thibodeau, I'm more likely to be at the Popeyes than to be at Freeman's. I don't know. Man. Thank goodness the Popeyes didn't close. Jeez. Wow.
Yeah. They keep that sucker open with the wall down.
That's right. They'd have a tent. No, man, we cannot deprive the good people of Thibodeau of their Popeyes. And that's not even really a joke. I mean, that's you forget like quality of life stuff when storms happen, and you just forget. Even if you're not a big, even if you don't eat out a lot or whatever, or do like fast food stuff, man, listen, that's a quality of life thing. Where like I'm kind of hungry, I got nothing in the house. Yeah, you can swing on down and. Right. That's a great thing. And that's a great thing about Popeyes, man. We probably talked about this before too. You give me, with all due respect, because I've eaten at Freeman's. It's a lovely place. It's good food, great, whatever. But I've eaten at most of the nice places in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it, as nice as it can get. And man, if you're being honest and you're kind of hungry, you're hanging out, and they just gave you the choice. Nobody's looking, no judgment. Here's this, right? Top of the line, whatever, restaurant here. I'll just pick on somebody because he makes a ton of money. So like Emerald, here's a plate from Emerald's, and the whatever. And there's an 8-piece Popeyes
with a couple biscuits.
And I'm sorry, man. More people than you know do the Popeyes. I'm gonna nothing. That's all good. For those of you that are watching in Japan, taking notes.
I think there's probably Popeyes in Japan.
Well, whatever. Go get some. Go get you some. They probably
They
have
opened
sushi
one I
in there
saw
too,
in
right?
Canada this week, and they said the line was shutting down traffic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I said, well, that happens in Baton Rouge all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's not an uncommon thing.
Now, surprisingly, not. Apparently, the Popeyes franchise hasn't gotten to the Chick-fil-A standard of managing a drive-through
Well, but
line.
even then, we got one right here, and that's a big problem we have with Chick-fil-A's around here, is because I don't know that they opened the restaurants up again. I think may have, so everybody else is open, but Chick-fil-A, I think Chick-fil-A figured out, you know what? Especially with the labor shortages, we can just run these suckers just through the drive-through. So there's a lot of them around here, and but look, man, we're not in the country. So you get cars blocking streets and like major streets around here sometimes with Chick-fil-A. If you've got 30, 40 cars in line, they may be pretty fast at processing,
but it's still 34 cars in line.
And it stretches out onto the road. So it's like, oh man, is there a wreck? No, it's lunchtime at Chick-fil-A. Like, oh geez. Okay. That's open the restaurant. Let us get back in there. I got to get ready to we're about ready to wrap up. I think what I'm saying? We're getting to the point of how much can you take? Right? How much can you
more how much do you deserve?
Well, this is true. That's a good group. We appreciate them being here. But I got to slap a mask on for the first time in forever. I got to get on a plane a couple days going to so I'm flying to Nashville, but I'm not going into Nashville. I got to land there, but going to Paducah, Kentucky, man.
Where? What part of Kentucky is that?
I forget. I've been there before. I'm fired up. I'm excited as all get out because it's a customer.
I say that I don't know much about Lexington and Louisville is about all I know in Kentucky. So
you can find Ukraine before you can find Paducah, right?
Right. I'm from Pankerville. I'm rolling my eyes because I don't know where Paducah is.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. I love because it's not tiny. It's got some stuff to I've been in some small towns. I mean, it's not a really small place, but I miss that. I used to love that's part of the now I'm probably jinxing it by saying I miss that. That's one of my favorite things about traveling. Cities are fine, but I like going and just seeing America. I'm gonna see America. And it just so happens that it's a pretty big operation, but they have stuff all over the country, and they're just, one of the I don't know what group of rodeo clown, but I get to go to Paducah. I'm staying at a Holiday Inn, bro.
All right. Is
right.
it an express?
I don't know. I kind of hope I'll come back. If I'm a lot smarter next week, dude, that's what it is. I stayed at a Holiday Inn
Express.
Looking forward to it. I'm just hoping that Hertz has my car when I get to. Apparently, they're doing that stuff again too, man. You're showing up, at airports, with a reservation, and a lot of people they don't have cars. All right.
Oh, I read something about that where it's prices going up, but still, there's you get to an airport and
what you can tell with the world we're living in right now. When you go to rent a car, I noticed this because I got to get one. I got to get a few of them coming up. The small cars are like almost not available, and they push you hard to try to upgrade you to because people are looking at it saying, wait a minute, man, if I got to tank this thing up or do whatever, there's a car I got in Nashville. It's supposed to have like 30 miles to the gallon. That's what I want. I don't need to be rolling in anything big and nice.
Yeah. Give me a big caddy.
No. Then I guarantee you they try to upgrade you there. We'll give you a free upgrade. Sorry, I can't afford it. No, it's free. No, I can't afford it. I ain't putting.
So knock that gas price off and
like regular gas prices. If you ever bring back rental cars and they always try to scare you, like either fill it up yourself or we're going to charge you. In the old days, we're going to charge you $6-7 a gallon to refill it. Now
what is it now?
I'm going to look when I'm there. I can't even imagine do that. I mean, we'll fill it up way over $15 a gallon. That's
whenever I fill up a rental car for that deal, where it's like I'm eyeing the gauge, I keep it running, and as soon as it gets anywhere close to full, I'm done. I'm shutting that sucker down.
Well, it depends if I'm paying. If I'm like now these days, I do the pre because somebody else is covering it. Like I'm sorry if all I'm doing is going to burn a quarter of a tank. Sorry, I ain't getting out because half the time. If you travel and you most of the time pulling up to gas stations anywhere around airports in most of America ain't always where you want to be. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a tourist. How you doing? That's when you
wave.
That's when you're waving. Hey, how you doing? Please don't shoot me. You can take the catalytic converter on this car. It's not mine. And I got the insurance.
It's got two.
I don't care. I don't care. All right. I think it's time we push the button. Say, there it is. There it is. There you go. It's like you throw a gumbo together, you know.
Serve it up.
Got the rule, threw some stuff in there, you know.
A little extra of this, you missed a little of that.
Yeah, I do this sometimes, and I'm like, I'm done. I'll see my wife. She goes, "How's the podcast this week?" I'm like, I don't know. I won't know until it's.
I'm gonna get that question when I walk downstairs.
I'm about to say, I have no idea. It's you just see. There it is. All right, that one came out all right.
Yeah, entertained me.
That's right. That's all it's for. That's all it's for. Hey, if you don't have our personal text where you can just kind of hit us up, and you just want to reach out and don't want to do it on the socials media, it's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. I don't even, do you want to do the list or just run through it?
Man, people know. It's wherever you listen to podcasts.
And we got it. It's everywhere. Just go find it. Just click. And you know,
search it, Google it, duck, go it.
Duck, go that thing. Duck, go it. Pick up a seashell. We're probably in there. It's everywhere. So what else? What do we got to wrap up? We got to give them the instructions.
Instructions, that's right. What kind of week should you have?
I'm thinking the best. Just saying. If you give me the menu of what kind of week do you want to have, how about the best week of your life? How about that?
Make it fantastic.
You know, and I'm sure there's like some self-motivation gurus out there that would tell you every week is the best week of your life.
Yeah.
You made
your
it
car
through the
pulls
week.
down on the breaks down on the interstate, pull over, roll down the windows, lean the seat back, listen to the podcast.
That's right. If you're stuck on the side of the road, there you go.
Don't sweat it.
We there with you. All right. Hey,
have it towed to my house.
Juan's fixing a car today. Might as well bring him yours. Not a suggestion. Not a hint. It's a freaking mandate. It's a mandate, guys. Have a fantastic week.
Got to do it.
Got to do it. We'll be back here more than likely next Monday.
7:00.
Somewhere around there. Tell your friends. Pull up a chair. Do what you're going to do. Pour whatever it is you're going to drink. You know what you can do? You can hit pause too. If you finish one,
that's right.
We'll be here.
If you got to take your dog for a walk,
that's right.
Scoop up some stuff.
Bring the bag. That's right. Yeah. You know, just hit pause. You know, we'll stop. Just like that, right? All right, it's definitely time to get out of here. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic one. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. Because when I pulled over, I was on 13 miles to empty. I had 12 miles to get home, man. I was close.
You had a mile to spare, bro.
Yeah, and I get gas cheaper. It's cheaper around here than it is, where I work. And then when it dropped down to like another mile or whatever, I said, "Oh man, it's gonna suck if I run out of gas here."
You did. Little did you know, doesn't matter. You got a tow truck.
Yeah.
Your problem is, does the tow truck run out of gas?
Well, he wasn't very talkative.
He's not used to having a guy riding in the car. I'd be nervous if he was that talkative, man. They don't hire tow truck drivers for their verbal skills, dude. No. He's looking at you saying, "You shut up." I'm not the one. Don't worry, bro. If this truck runs out of gas, I got half a cup.
That's right. You got a hose. Siphon that baby out.
I got half a cup of gas in my car.
Or you can let me off and I can drive home in reverse.